Kitty. I'm going to help Nina bring me to life using my cut and sew kit.
Hey Nova, thanks for helping me out. Can you tell me a little bit more about this kit?
Of course! This kit has 2 fabric panels with everything printed right on them. Just cut, sew and stuff to make a plushie. Super easy!
That's so cool! I never made a plushie like this before, so I really don't know where to start.
No worries at all! That's why I'm here to help. Let's do it together! Step 1. Cut out each piece on the dashed line.
Okay, so I just cut along these lines, right?
Yep, that's correct. No need to leave extra fabric. The seam allowance is already included. Just follow the lines all the way around each piece.
Oof, cutting really feels a bit tricky.
Take your time, slow and steady for the best results.
I'm noticing the lines get blurry on some spots.
That is totally normal. The fluff makes it trickier to follow the lines sometimes. But I got an easy fix. Try cutting with the direction of the fabric.
What do you mean with the direction of the fabric?
The direction of the fur, also called the fabric nap, goes from the top to the bottom of the panel. To make things easier, you can just cut with the direction of the fabric where possible. This keeps the design clearer and helps you see where you're cutting.
Thanks, that's good to know.
And if the edges look fuzzy, just brush the fur a little bit.
Yay, I'm done with the head. So what's next?
Before you move on, flip the fabric over and mark the stuffing opening on the back. This helps you remember where to stop stitching later.
Ah, good idea. Makes sense.
You got this!
Let's get the rest of the pieces ready.
This part is the same for all the pieces, so I'll pop up some handy tips while Nina is speeding up. Next, we're gonna pin the fabric pieces together with the pretty side facing each other.
You mean like this?
Yep, just like that. Just match the edges and use pins or clips to keep everything in place. Mickey fabric can be a little slippery, so pinning helps a lot.
Okay, done. And now what?
Now it's time to sew. Are you ready? Let's start sewing by hand. We will use a back stitch, which is super strong, just like a sewing machine stitch.
Okay, so I just push the needle through, make a small stitch forward, then go back into the last stitch hole. Am I getting this right?
That's right. Just keep your stitches small and even. It will hold everything together really well.
Oh, I think I got it. So it's kinda like just making loops over and over again. This is taking a while, and my stitches are so messy.
That's okay. Sewing takes a little more patience. But if you want to make it faster, you can always use a sewing machine instead. Do you want to give it a try?
Yes, please. Let's switch to machine sewing.
Now, line up the fabric with the sewing machine foot and sew along the edge following the seam allowance. Just remove the pins as you go, so the needle doesn't hit them. Think of it just like clearing the path for your machine.
Oh wow, this is much faster.
Told ya! Don't forget, you have to leave a little opening unsewn, so you can turn me inside out later. Great, my tail is done. Now we will repeat the same steps with the head, aligning the fabric first with the pretty side on the inside, and after pinning it down.
Okay, so just like before, I aligned the fabric to the sewing machine foot, and I'm ready to start. Here's where I marked the fabric opening. What do I do?
Stop sewing at the mark, move the needle to the other end, and keep going. That keeps the opening neat for stuffing.
That's easy.
When you reach a sharp corner, stop at the corner with the needle down in the fabric, then lift the foot the fabric around, put the foot back down and keep sewing. This will help keeping your corners super neat. Then keep going all the way around.
Yay, done! One more to go.
Yay! You are doing great! We are almost there. Once again, repeat the same process of aligning the fabric and pinning it down. If you find it easier, you can also mark out the fabric with the stitch line so you can easily see where to turn the corners.
Oh, awesome! Thanks for the tip.
And now let's speed it up a bit with some extra tips.
And done! Is it time for stuffing yet?
Not yet. Before we turn me inside out, we need to clip the corners and curves.
Why do we have to do that?
Clipping helps reduce the bulk and tension in the seams. Without it, the corners would stay bulky and curves are gonna get so bunched up and it's gonna give you a lot of trouble when turning.
Okay, I think I sort of understand. How do I go about it?
Cut with your scissors into each corner as close to the stitched outline. For the rest of the seam allowance, you can just snip it away in a scalloping motion. Yes, just like that. You can leave some excess fabric at the opening line. This makes it easier to sew it shut neatly at the end.
Okay, cool. I think now it's time for turning, right?
Yup! Gently turn me right side out using your fingers or a tool to push out all the corners and curves. Once you're done, run the chopstick on the inside, along the seams, making sure that every single bit came out properly.
Oh my god, you're actually looking more like a plushie now.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer. Let's speed up and repeat the same steps for the tail and the body. Turning looks really weird, but just trust the process and go section by section slowly.
Okay, this part is fun.
Right? It's getting even more exciting now. Let's grab some stuffing so I can be nice and squishy. With a chopstick or your fingers or even hemostats, use a little bit at a time to make sure I'm stuffed evenly. Start at the furthest part and work your way towards the opening. You can also massage the stuffing in between to make sure it spreads evenly. Okay, let's speed it up with some tips. All the twisting and turning trapped some fur in the seams, so we can brush them out to make me look a little bit better. Use a soft brush and gently brush along the white lines where the seams are.
Yeah, you're right. This actually looks much better.
We will do a little bit more brushing in the end, but now it's time to close all the openings. Now we sew the opening shut using a ladder stitch. This makes the stitches disappear like magic.
So I go in and out along both sides, then pull tight, right?
Exactly! Keep the stitches small and close together.
Got it, here we go.
Make sure to tuck in any fluffs or any stuffing that comes out and keep on going towards the other side of the opening.
Oh wow, you were right. With the ladder stitch, the thread just disappears.
Told you! The ladder stitch pulls the fabric together like magic. No stitches inside, neat and tidy. If you want to make it even tidier, you can just go back and stitch over the same area again with even smaller stitches. This will also help keeping it extra strong.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing also for the head opening. Tuck all the sides in, and then I'm just gonna keep going in and out on each side till I'm ready to make a knot.
Sounds perfect! You're doing great! Now it's time to attach my head and tail to my body.
So how do I do that?
We will be using the ladder stitch on this step as well. You can go around the base about 5 mm or 1/4 inch from the edge of the seam. If you find it easier, you can also use pins on this step to hold the head for you. And just go around with really evenly spread small stitches until you are happy.
Okay, this sounds simple enough, thanks!
Take your time! Good stitching makes for a strong plushie.
Okay, cool, this step is done. So what about the tail?
Place it on my back and pin it in place if needed. Then ladder stitch it on just like the head. Go all the way around the opening of the tail, and if you find it a bit harder to stitch, you can also prop a little bit extra stuffing at the base so it stays nice and open for you to stitch.
Okay, this will take me a minute.
No worries, let's speed it up with some tips. Once I'm all stitched up, pat me gently to fluff up my fur in the right direction. A soft brushing over my whole body will smooth out my colors and make me extra perfect. Woohoo! You did it!
Oh my god, Nova, you look so adorable! I can't believe I made this!
You should be very proud. You created something magical with your own hands.
I can't wait to try making another one. Thanks for all the help, Nova.
Yay! Anytime! Your crafting journey is just beginning. With each plushie, you will sew even more smoothly and confidently. Happy stitching! See you next time!